Hi, this is Tommy Stevens with K2 Enterprises. Thanks for stopping by for yet another in a series of technology tips. Today's tip is going to focus on how we can take advantage of Power BI. More specifically, how can we import data from PDF documents into our Power BI based reports and dashboards. PDF still remains a very fundamental technology. Fundamental is probably a poor choice of terms. Cornerstone technology might be a better choice of terms there. And we receive a lot of information via PDF documents. Various types of reports and forms, etc., are often sent to us as PDF documents. Perhaps we might need to extract some of the information out of those PDF documents and drop them into, let's say, a Power BI based report or dashboard. In the past, that unfortunately typically meant basically rekeying a lot of that information, perhaps out of the PDF document, into an Excel spreadsheet or some other type of file that could be imported into Power BI. Of course, we now have the opportunity of importing PDF data directly into Power BI, and we're going to show you how to do that momentarily. You will notice that I'm in the updated version of Power BI with the nice lighter colored user interface. Frankly, I wasn't a really big fan of the dark interfaces that we had before, so this newer interface certainly works well for me. Now, to begin the process of linking the data in or importing the data from the PDF, we're going to do it exactly the same way we would otherwise do it with just about any other type of data, trying to bring that data into Power BI. That is, I'm going to go and say, I want to get some data. And when I choose to get data, we're going to choose the More option near the bottom of that dialog. And that, of course, will open up the additional data options for me. And under these additional data options, I will choose File, and there is the PDF option, second one from the bottom, as you can tell. I'll click on PDF. I'll say that I want to connect. And then I will be presented with a listing of all of the files that I have out there to which I can make a data connection. We're going to use this fairly simple file here labeled PDF data. Let's click that file, select that file. And now Power BI is making the connection to that particular file. Once it makes the connection, we will be presented with the list of all of the pages and all of the tables. I will click that very first option, and I'm getting a preview of one of the tables, in fact, the only table that happens to be on page one. If there were multiple tables or multiple objects, if you will, on page one, then it could actually select the page itself and bring in the whole page. But in this case, I only need to bring in table number one, so I'm going to limit my choice to that. I think instead of loading it directly, I'm going to make a couple of edits to this query. So I'll click the Edit button. And this, of course, gets us into the query editor, which is virtually identical to the query editor that we have with Power Query over in the Excel world. Now, in this example, I can see that my salesperson, my month labels are all set up on row number one. But what I really want those to be, I want those to be the first row in the document itself, the first row, the headers, I should say, in this particular data. So I'm going to just simply say that I want to use the first row as headers, and that will, for lack of a better term, elevate those items up above. And then I could do some other things. For example, maybe sort this data. Let's sort it in ascending or descending order, whichever way we want based on the salesperson. We could affect other types of changes here, but I would just simply remind you that any change or any transformation, to use the technical term, that you put into place right now, that transformation, excuse me, will automatically be applied every time you update this particular query. Pardon me. So perhaps next month, if you got an updated report that had July 2019 data in the query and the report was of the same name, you could basically just reach out, drop that report in and say reconnect, and everything is going to flow through. Let's assume that these are the only transformations that we need to perform at this point. So now we can click on close and apply, and that is going to apply those transformations and close down the query for us, bringing the data into our data model. As you will see momentarily, this is going to be a very simple example. That will be the only table in our data model. There it is. We can see the table and we can see the column headers inside the table. I can actually take a look at the data itself, as you can see, and then I will jump over and perhaps create some sort of quick visualization. And so, with our simple data model in place, now we can go about the process of building out whatever visualizations and filters that we determine that we might need for this particular exercise. We're going to keep it short and simple. Let's just suppose that we wanted to see a stacked column chart. So I'm going to choose that chart type. Let's bring in our salespeople across the bottom, the horizontal axis on that chart, and then we'll go in and drop in the various sales amounts. And now we can see all of that data being built out for us. Frankly, I think that chart's probably a little bit too busy for our purposes if we were in the real world, but it does illustrate the fact that we were able to link that data in from the PDF document. Power BI keeps getting stronger and stronger every month. For those who know how to take advantage of it, is a fantastic reporting and data analysis tool, and the ability to import data from PDF documents makes it only that much stronger. I hope this tip has been useful to you. Please stop back again and visit us soon. We continually update our channel with new tips on Power BI, Excel, and other topics of interest each and every month. Thanks so much. We look forward to serving you again very soon.